my solo, no sir, I am not a passer. I will not after any of you fever blistered. I'm the man now, ain't I? Work a plan now, can't I? I remember when you lame player, hated a player, now the same lame player. They call a player mayor. What you talking that funky, dip about my face, wearing that monkey, not that might give you life advice.
It's Madden NFL 23, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Detroit Lions and the Cincinnati Bengals, and it's coming up next.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Detroit Lions and the Cincinnati Bengals. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me as always, Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Set to go, Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. This taken in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
On the first snap, here's Mayfield. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Mayfield. Complete to right. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Bengals grab it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Not only a fumble loss there, but a fumble lost on your first drive in your own territory.
Now you're dealing with a lot of stuff here because you feel bad going off the field because you gave up the football. How does your own defense feel now having to go out there and stop them when the momentum is clearly shifted in their favor?
Cincinnati's offense takes the field and leading the way for the reigning AFC champs is last season's comeback player of the year. A man who needs no introduction, Joe Burrow.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it. And sometimes that weight can be unbearable. For this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that would overturn. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Mayfield now from the 50. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals set to take over. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at the 20. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Mayfield on 1st down. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Give him 32 on the play.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 39 yards. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it. They still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They went 3-and-out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. If the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Back to Mixon on second down. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Now it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
On first and 10, Mayfield. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
Brings up second and a yard at the 16-yard line.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a first and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Mayfield now. Wright's got it. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Running is Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield. Open man right side is Shark. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Throwing, Mayfield. Man open, it's St. Brown, he's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Williams. Not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Badgley able to punch this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Take it in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Burrow will throw. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Again, it's Burrow. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 20.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Bengals going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Now it's Burrow. Flush to his right. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And Burrow going to throw again. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Burrow looking to pass. And this is going to be caught. No, this is incomplete.
Just defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays, fired another one into the end zone.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Intercepted by the Lions.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit Lions getting set for another series here. Making his presence felt early in this one. 1st half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Following the interception, Mayfield. And that's out to the flat for Swift. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. From the 45 on 2nd down. Mayfield over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half.
Keep our poise. Let's see what we got. Do your thing.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and the lead will hold at 10. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that 1st half for the Lions. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the 2nd half to come.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Bengals with work to do in this 3rd quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. It got his man complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, they're hoping the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are back within a score. So it took them a little while, Charles, but now they have their first points of the game, and they come here in this 3rd quarter.
And more often than not, Brandon, when that happens, you find yourself down 21, 28 points and not really with a lot of hope, but with that touchdown, they're right back in this game.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. after the touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was nothing to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Throwing, Mayfield. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Mayfield. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And in for the Lions, touchdown. DeAndre Swift from 6 yards away as his guys are able to extend their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Badgley on for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side to Higgins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Burrow. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On third down, Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. He did his best to just get forward, but not enough. And now third down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So the drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Here's Burrow. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Second down at 5. A handoff to Mixon.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson from 28 yards out. McPherson's kick is good.
And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And Detroit getting set to go now. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Boy, left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You can see the thought process there. With his speed, they were hoping he could pop one. Instead, the coverage was good, and they forced the incompletion.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run here with Swift.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try to find some targets in the open field downfield.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up fourth down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over first and 10. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Mayfield. Got his man, it's Williams. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Mayfield to throw it. He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Now Mayfield. Connecting here with Chark on the out route. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. And they will take a knee here.
Let's go do this thing, baby. Let's go, baby.
2nd and 11 now. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt they'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
2 running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. Down to